everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman, coming live from my mama's basement. Just wanted to say, what is going on, everybody? Thought I'd do a live stream from the house. How's everybody doing? Lord Nova, where are ye? Hey, Crystal, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm going to do that when I'm done here. Coyote, what's going on, man? How are you? Logan Motorsports, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, man, I'm just going to shoot from the hip here. I'm going to hit some drops and keep seeing what's going on. How's the lighting? Is it a little too dark in here? Do you guys need more light? Let me see here. Let there be light. A little better. A little too bright. What up, Lord Nova? What up, man? How are you? Are you back in the saddle? Are you back in the saddle like me? Are you ready to roll? Lady Libra, how are you? What's going on? What do you think? Are you back in the saddle? Are you ready to roll? Yeah, I got a lot done outside. It's kind of another dreary day, a little chilly, but I like it. Hey, Alina, how are you? Just looking at some fun information here. First things first. The Cowboys have signed veteran center Billy Price to the practice squad. I don't know much about him. He was a 2018 first-round draft pick by the Cincinnati Bengals. And he played with the Cardinals and New England. So, yeah, we shall see. Or New Orleans, I should say. We shall see what's going on. Who knows? I don't know that he's going to make an impact. I like what Brock Hoffman did, so we'll see. Jerry Jones, I'm just tired. Just be honest. I know we're playing gamesmanship, but how did that work last week? How did the gamesmanship work last week? To me, it didn't work great. But I'm going to pull up some stuff and we could talk about it. Let's see. Fantasy. I don't want fantasy football. Power rankings. I was just watching it on 105.3 The Fan. So I'm going to pull some of this up here. What do you got here? Power rankings. Prisco's. Let's see here. Let me put this over here. So what's going on, Regina? How are you? What's going on? How you doing today? My sister from another mother. I'm getting my other screen here. It'll be a little easier. Hey, Linda Conyers. How are you? I'm a little how I'm looking at this game, with the Cowboys versus the Patriots. We're going to learn a lot regarding the Patriots. I'm not sure that I expect what we got in the first 2 weeks. I would think, and let me turn that down so I don't keep hearing that because I got the disconnecting and connecting crap again. Let's see here. Bear with me, people. Game time. They're getting caught up on housework. Yeah, I was outside doing some stuff. So I totally hear you. I'm trying to turn my sound down. Give me a sec. Whatever. You guys don't mind hearing it. There we go. I'm going to turn that shit down. You guys can still hear me, right? You guys can hear me? I just turned down my volume on my computer so you don't hear that annoying computer icon. We need some offensive linemen back. The backups played as well as you can ask. I don't think. Thanks, Crystal. I don't think that our problem was offensive line related for the most part. Now, the reason why we didn't take shots down was because. Thanks, Lady Libra. The reason why we didn't take shots downfield was because Dak didn't have a lot of time to throw. Yeah, he's getting the ball out at 2.5 seconds. Let's put it this way. Hurts is getting the ball out at 2.9 seconds, 3 seconds. So he's getting the ball off a whole half a second earlier. And when there was a couple times where he did try, he got sacked. So his internal clock was spinning. Make no mistake, his internal clock was spinning big time. So that's what was going on. Let me move my mouse over here. I'm going to, let's see, QB power rankings. All right, I'm going to share the screen, and we will talk about what's going on here. We're going to do reaction video. All right, here we go. I'm still in the corner. All right, yeah, we got Pete Prisco's week 4 picks plus C.J. Stroud's shoots up the power rankings. C.J. Stroud actually looked really good. Let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, where's your power rankings? I gotta find it. Yeah, I should have my act together. Let's see here. So you gotta sign up to some newsletter crap. So let's see, more items. Yeah, they're not gonna let me to open it. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it's a video. So anyway, we will let me look at another one. Let me see here. Let me find something else. Well, listen, first, before we get to that, let's, you talk about some NFL news here. Let me pull up my YouTube channel so I can see the comments. You talk about some NFL. C.J. Stroud will be good. Yeah, I think he will be. I think he'll be good. I think he's going to be fine. He's really throwing for a lot of yardage. That I will tell you. But yeah, Joe Barrow. Let's go to Joe Barrow. Joe Barrow to fully participate in Wednesday's walkthrough day to day from here. He didn't look good. Joe Barrow looked horrible. I didn't see much of the game. He looked like he was really hurt. So you got to be careful with those calf injuries. You know what happened to Dak. We saw what happened to Dak. So you got to be very careful about that. He looked like he was really hurt. So, Brian, it would be cool if you react to the Cowboys, Eagles, and other games. Logan, of course I will. Me and Phil live stream the games. You got to be very careful about that. Me and Phil live stream the games. So, he looked hard. Like you'll have my instant. Brian, it would be cool if you react to the Cowboys, Eagles, and other games. Logan, of course I will. I don't think the Eagles are great, but the Eagles are winning. Me and Phil live stream the games. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. The Rams-Bengals game was like watching me and Phil live stream. Yeah, Joe Barrow did not look good. He did. He looked hard. You'll have my instant. Brian, it would be cool if you react to the. There we go. Sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, I know. I got to get my screens together. I was running around. Robert Saleh and Aaron Rodgers saying Jets need to grow up. He's not wrong. Yeah, I see all the Jets players are mad at Robert. Yeah. Is it over now? Let me see. Like, it should be over now, Ruben. Let me see here. Oh, that's why. Got you. That should, yeah, fixed it. Yeah, that's got to be better. So Alina, Bill will try to take away our tight ends. He knows the Dak. See, that's what I'm afraid of, Alina. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? What I would think is, if we look real good again against the New England Patriots, then I think we're fine. I do. I think if we look really good against the Patriots, then I think all is well. I think it was a hiccup. But, in the back of my mind, hey, Brad Harris, welcome to the show, man. Nice seeing you. I don't know if I've seen you here before, but thank you so much, man. I normally go live from the mail truck or I'm streaming a game, but just to do a video here going live, I'm still working out all the kinks. So I got another monitor that I'm going to be hooking up later, so it'll give me more room to move this stuff around and not, screw anything up. But it's a work in progress. So, let's see here. Let me see what I got down here. But yeah, I still think we're going to make the playoffs, people. I do. I mean, we got a rough stretch coming up in not too distant future, so we need to take advantage. We need to take advantage of these games here. We can't afford to lose at home. We've won 9 straight home games, so I think it's good. Let's see. What else do we got here? After Lions and Packers Thursday night slate gets a little rough. Let's see here. Yeah, they're talking about the Thursday night games. Surprise, surprise. They're ass. Yeah, of course they're ass. Yeah, so after this week, I will be streaming the game tomorrow night. Most likely, me and Mark will be joining streams, and I might have a special guest on with me. Maybe not. We shall see, but I'll definitely be streaming the game. Mark will be, me and Mark most likely will be doing it together. I'm going to pretty much, that's on my channel, I'm going to try and stream the Thursday night games because I ain't going to lie to you. Those games are ugly. So if we could have conversation throughout the game, that'll make it a lot better, or else I don't know that I could stay awake, for the whole game. So the fact that I'll be streaming it will make it better. Now, tomorrow's game, it looks pretty good. It's Green Bay versus Detroit. So, but after that, just get a look at this. After that, you got the 0-3 Bears versus the Commanders. I guess for a Thursday night game, at least we get NFC East, right? After that, it's the Jaguars at the Saints. That's not horrible. And then the Titans visit the Steelers. Meh. So Thursday night I hate. That's why I figured I'd stream, because if not, I'd fall asleep. So we'll have a good game tomorrow night that we'll watch. Like I said, it'll be me, Mark, and a special guest. You guys can hop back and forth if you want, but I'll definitely be here hitting all the buttons and having fun. But I still think we're making the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Playoffs? So, pull up the chat again. Let's see here. Ruben Walls, Ruben Spark, Logan Mose, Logan. Yeah, I expect Detroit to take the W tomorrow. Yeah, Mike Aldana, me too, buddy. I definitely expect Detroit to win. I think Green Bay got off to a good start. Let me change the camera. I think Green Bay got off to a good start, and let's not get too carried away. You know what I mean? So let's see here. Boop, 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 boop. NFL home. News. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to read that. Did you guys see the Kaepernick letter to the Jets? That was kind of interesting. Hey, Elena Walker, I'm just shooting the breeze here from my mama's basement. Just having a little conversation, reading the chat, looking at stuff. So, Colin Kaepernick, as you guys know, it's been a long time since he's been in the league. He basically penned a letter to the Jets. I hope so, Ruben. I hope it will be different. The New York Jets had legitimate Super Bowl aspirations. I really think we're starting to see that quarterback is worse than I thought. He did not, but this is the letter because they made it. They made it public, which I actually thought was kind of interesting, even though it won't load up. Oh, there it is. Okay, here it is. Let me get up close so I can read it. This was to Joe Douglas, the New York Jets. The New York Jets GM. I hope this letter finds you in great spirits. Despite the less than ideal start to a big season, I'm wishing you, your staff, and the players a great game this weekend as you look to bounce back. Yeah, I think that's cool. I'm writing in response to the unfortunate loss of Aaron Rodgers. I know the aspirations this season were and still are to win a championship. And so that Hall of Fame-sized hole will need to be filled as best as possible, yada, yada. However, I know that there are currently depth issues at the position, and I've heard that the backup spot likely to be filled by veteran quarterback, yada, yada. So basically, he lays it out that he wants to play for them. What does everybody have against him? I don't think he's a great quarterback. I think he needs a lot. I think Colin Kaepernick needs a lot of work, but I don't know. It's different to be working at home. His arm is probably great, but I know the last time he was there, he didn't look good, so I don't know. But I doubt that Kaepernick's going to be signed after. Yeah, I don't think so either, Mike. I was just interesting that he felt the need to post. He felt the need to post it, and yeah. How old is Colin Kaepernick? Let me look that up. Colin Kaepernick. Let's see. He is 35. So in this day and age, I don't think that's horrendous. What's up, Thomas Garrett, man? How you doing? Hey, Thomas, what do you think about this Cowboy game coming up, man? Are you that worried? We've won 9 straight home games. Bill Belichick ran his mouth about Micah Parsons, saying he's no. I don't know if he's toying with him because he watched the tape and he's like, "Yo, I don't want Parsons just being an animal and being undisciplined." That's kind of what I was thinking. Philly, the Kaepernick is for publicity for his cause. I do think he wants to play, but when you have a quarterback that's that bad, and everybody sees that the Jets quarterback is that bad. Yeah, I know, Ruben Walls. I know. I don't agree with kneeling, but I also am for free speech. So as long as you're not desecrating the flag, I'm against that. I don't care what your cause is of what anybody is going through. I think it's not that's just my opinion. I don't want to get political. These monopolistic industries don't like progressive idealism. Yeah, I know, Linda. Brooklyn Joe, who will be sharing a hospital room with Aaron Rodgers if he hits the field? Unfortunately, you're probably right, Brooklyn Joe. It's pretty scary to say that, but you're probably right. Let's see here. Let me go. I gotta let my dog out. Hold up. Yeah, he had a tryout and went somewhere else and did it. It's not about his ideology as much as he's not taking it serious. I don't really know. I just thought it was an interesting story. Kaepernick's still getting blackballed, no pun intended. Yeah, I agree with you. Nobody wants that. You know what it is? You remember the homosexual linebacker out of Missouri, and he made a big deal about it, like, that he was gay was the reason why he wasn't getting signed. No, it was because he wasn't very good. I mean, he was good in college, but he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't great. You know what I mean? So let me look up something here. What he's got. Well, listen, man. Zeke Elliott's coming back. What do you think about Zeke Elliott? Michael Sam. That's it, Linda. Nice. Michael Sam. Remember Michael Sam? They were all, remember he was with Dallas for a short time. The bottom line is he just wasn't very good. He was a good college guy, but he didn't have NFL traits. Undersized. Wasn't that fast. Lord Nova, man. Tell you, it's going to take me a little bit, and knowing that we got the Niners in 2 weeks, here's my thing to you, all right? If we win this week, which I expect to win this week, make no mistake, I expect to beat New England. But if we win this week and then we go into to San Fran and win, then all is for naught, and then they really did overlook. And when you overlook, Arizona was a wounded animal, 0-2. You know how we were when we were always looking at 0-2 to start the year. Remember that third game, it's like, or the second game, you don't want to go 0-2. They were already 0-2. They didn't want to go 0-3. They were staring at 0-3. So, and in that division where there's no great teams, you got the Niners at 3-0, but okay. I mean, I still don't. There's something about the Niners that I feel like they could be beat, whether it's by the Cowboys, the Eagles. Their defense doesn't look as dominant as it was. Just like the Eagles don't look as dominant, but there's time. But to their credit, they didn't overlook anybody. They are a professional enough team to get the dub anyway, whereas we just, Brad Harris says Zeke will play extra hard to stick it to Jerry Jones. Brad, you know that. You know that. Do you think they would like to have Zeke this last game? As horrible as we played, if Dak has the same completion percentage as he has in either of the first two games against better defenses, we win the game going away. Even as horrible as we played on defense, if Dallas scores 70% of their red zones opportunities, we win by double digits. That's the scary part. No, he's coming back because he's with New England, Lady Libra. He's coming back this Sunday. He'll be playing with the New England Patriots. That's what I mean. Heck, we never should have let him go. I know, Brad. I'm a Zeke guy. It's just very, very frustrating to me that we let a guy like Zeke Elliott go. V, what up, man? This Cowboys gum is going to come down to kicking. Well, I got Brandon Aubrey in my fantasy, if that's the case. All right, let's see here. Top story on Fox is Eagles still among Super Bowl favorites despite Jalen Hurts' slow start. Very interesting. They're still 3-0, man. That's the thing that's the thing that annoys me. Everybody wants to run their mouth, but they're still 3-0. Let's look at our Cowboys. Here's a question for you. Will fans see a rejuvenated Ezekiel Elliott against the Cowboys in Week 4? Of course they're going to be rejuvenated. Of course they are. Absolutely they're going to be rejuvenated. Daryl Johnson is concerned with Cowboys' red offense. Well, so is the whole world, Daryl. Maturity after week 3 loss. That's the part that gets me. Their maturity. Dallas Cowboys, you have 2 good weeks and then you look past people. That's soft to me. Rex Ryan said the same thing. So I want to see them. In order for me to be back, we need to destroy New England's offense this week. I know New England's going to be good against us defensively. But, I mean, our defense needs to shut New England down. Keep them to 10 points or less, 13 points or less, and then you got me again. You give up more than 13 points, then I'm really, really concerned. Losing Diggs was not the reason why we did what we did. Lady Lieber said, I couldn't believe we cut Zeke. He was the best. It was just the money. It was the money. It really was the money, Lady Lieber. They had to do it, but they could have re-signed him for what they paid New England paid him. I think New England paid him upwards of $8 million with incentives. But I think those incentives are, I don't know if they could actually make the incentives. Logan Motorsports, you need to stop it with your Fly Eagles Fly, all right?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh, now slow it down a little bit. Logan, stop. We ain't losing. Trust me, Logan, we ain't losing shit.
Got him!
You guys can hear the drops, right? I'm just trying to mess with it. Logan, I think you're smoking some left-hand cigarettes, man. This is what's up at Logan.
And I know why. Why, man? Yeah, 'cause I got high.
I think you're high, Logan. Stop. Stop it with the Fly Eagles Fly, all right? If Dallas loses, then they may have to hit the panic button. I'll be panicking if we lose. Yes, I agree, Brian. We can beat a 49ers if our defense is ready. Lady Lieber, I definitely... Well, then, Logan, you could always be Fly Eagle Fly, but this is a Cowboy channel, so you'll be Fly Eagle Fly without a wrench. All right? That's how we're rolling. A Crystal Caramel Corn. Yeah, the cocaine is a hell of a drug. Is one of my favorite line of all time. Yeah, I try not to use too much of Mark's stuff, but that one I had to keep. I have that one. I have a lot of different like when we're watching the game and Micah, is like sacking Hurts. Like I have this sound. And then you can't forget this one, right? We're going to the playoffs, but.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
I just hope we can win a game. Yeah, I have a lot of good ones. Let's see. I know it is, Logan. This one's a little dirty, but I'll try and cut it off.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
Toodaloo. Yeah, I know. Lady, I'm getting my act together. I mean, I have, and then my actual favorite is. Thomas Garrett, facts. If we're on our game, it's a wrap. Yeah, I agree, Thomas. Crystal says if the Commanders beat the Eagles, then would be a Christmas present. I tell you one thing. The Commanders are pretty darn good. They're better than I thought they would be. I'm not going to lie. They're better than I thought they would be. That defense is pretty darn good. V, please look at the Belichick lines for our kicks. I'm telling you who's going to block a kick because the Cowboys to miss one. I hope not. I love the CBS theme. Yeah, it's a good one. Let's see here. How about the Dolphins, man? Jesus. The Dolphins. Dolphins scored 70 friggin' points. I'll take Logan's wrench. I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. Logan's going to keep it unless he just starts spamming. That's all. I'll take care of you, Brad. Hey, Brad, go comment on one of my videos, my non-lives. I got to take care of Carmel, but I can't. I got to slow down on the mods because everybody's getting annoyed. So I like the mods, but, I want to make sure I have someone in here. If FJ shows up, we can make sure we take care of his butt. Let's see here. Okay, I can't believe we're already on week 4. Jay Smooth, what up, man? I'm just messing around. I'm off today. I was getting some stuff done outside. It's kind of a cold and blustery day. Let me look at some of the card. Well, we got. Let me pull up the lines, actually. Pull up the spreads of the games and do a little breakdown on the upcoming week. What we could expect. Well, tomorrow night, that should be a good game. Green Bay Packers are home. They're playing the Detroit Lions. So I'll be streaming that, Jay Smooth, along with Mark. So you feel free to come back and forth. No, it's fine, Logan. We were playing with you, buddy. Just, this ultimately is a Cowboy channel. I try and include the Eagles because I'm from here, and, I think it's only fair, but ultimately it's Cowboy channel. Off season is more Cowboys / everything. I will touch on the NFC East, which includes the Eagles, so we're good. As you know, me and Phil cover all the games, but Alina, thoughts on the corners from the Pats? Can Dak score 2 TDs? Pats defense is really good. That's the problem. It is really good, but if we have our whole offensive line, I expect to do very well this week. It's time for Mike McCarthy to step up. I think, I know we do, Thomas. It seems like we play Detroit every year. It's time for Mike McCarthy to, he was, puffing his chest after the first couple weeks. But yeah, we got tomorrow night, like I said, a very close game. Because last week was an ugly schedule. Looking back, we always play Arizona. In Arizona, we always seem to screw up. But I thought our defense was better than that. Hopefully this learning lesson sticks for the whole year, but we shall see. Does CD want the ball in the end zone? CD should have made an effort. Again, a learning lesson. If you're going to get a call, you're going to get a call. Catch the ball anyway. It was a penalty. I expect a defensive game against New England. Yeah, me too, Thomas. But I think Dallas is going to move the ball. I think all their offensive linemen are going to play. Hey, game time. Dallas signed a center today from Cincinnati. Yeah, Jay Smooth. Billy Price, a 2018 first-round pick, drafted by the Bengals, played with the Cardinals and New Orleans. Nah, I think it's a depth thing. I like what Brock Hoffman did. My problem was Chuma Edoga playing left tackle. That's not good. You got the Jaguars home against the Falcons. That's a field goal game. Now, that is at Wembley Stadium. So I guess Wembley, that's where the hell is that? Is that New England, right? England, right? England? Yeah. And then you got, this is a good game. Hey, Twiz, what up, man? Buffalo Bills hosting the Miami Dolphins. Is Josh Allen going to lose? Buffalo's only 2.5-point favorite. The way Miami's playing, and they're playing, it's not going to be cold in Buffalo. It ain't going to be cold. UK, right, Thomas? Yeah. Because somebody said Germany, and I said Wembley, I believe, is in. That's like Jacksonville's home away from home. You got Chicago at home against Denver. Oh, my God. If Chicago don't win that, they may not win a game this year. Denver's not good. But then again, Denver coming off a 70-point drubbing, they may go in there and actually, he's not bad. He thought it was 230. Something's up with his notifications. Our defense will not play hard, but they will play angry. I think our defense is going to be okay. Do you think it was more Denver wasn't prepared for Miami or just good? I think Miami's good, but they're not 70 points good. I mean, they did it. You know what was scary, Linda? They left their starters in. And so did Denver. Denver left their starters in, and that's kind of and the players are kind of mad, but I guess, he was a little annoyed, so, almost like punishing them. Cleveland Browns and Baltimore Ravens. That's okay. AFC North. Is that what that is? AFC North, East? No, North. AFC North. That's Cleveland at home against Baltimore. That'll be a dogfight. You got Tennessee. What up, Cowboy Mafia? What up, man? You got Tennessee hosting Cincinnati. Joe Barrow did not look good. He's hurt. They needed to win. I think that they got the win because he played, not because he did anything, but because he's as good as he is. He knew what he could do, what he couldn't do, and just got the W, as ugly as it was. The Colts are hosting the Rams. New Orleans hosting Tampa. I think New Orleans is going to go on a little bit of a roll here. The Coyote says, I want to see something different on running plays. We look like we are trying to pass rush all the time. Yeah, exactly. We're undisciplined and just trying to pad our stats. You play the defense. I blame Dan Quinn. He didn't have his team ready. As much as we like to pump Dan Quinn up, that was on Dan Quinn. That's your job as a coach, to pump your defense up and have them ready for all scenarios. He didn't. Bill Belichick's going to capitalize on everything you didn't do right last week. So I hope that McCarthy's ready on that side of the ball. I have most in one or more of my 32 fantasy. I got one fantasy team, Brad. So normally I have a couple, but I only did the one this year. Benching Russell Wilson. I don't think it's Russell, but I think Russell is what it is. He is who he is at this point. I think it's that defense, man. That defense isn't very good. 70 points ain't Russell's fault, but Sean might do that to shake things up. Sean is a good coach. He's a good motivator, but I think he's got to cut that team down and start back up again. But Linda Cupcakes. Sounds delicious. Oh, I thought you were calling her Linda Cupcakes. Something I don't know. Linda, I'm baking the cupcakes for Sunday's games. Do you want one? Yeah. You ship it to him. We'll see how it gets there, right? Pioneer, what up, man? How are you? Barrow was flying around his mind with those painkillers. Check out those game interview. I'm going to have to check that out. But if he's taking painkillers, that's not helping this soft tissue issue. Who's their backup anyway? That's what I have to look that up. I mean, is he that bad that you couldn't have won? You know what I mean? What up, South Tex? Welcome. Let's see. Do you think Dan Quinn will be a Cowboy coach? I don't know. Probably not. I don't think he'll ever be the coach. It's not that I don't want him to be the coach, but I don't think that he's going to be the coach. Just my opinion. I think it'll be McCarthy and then Dion. No, I don't know. That's the rumor, but who knows, man. Let's go. We got the Eagles. The line's up to 8. It started out at 6.5. Wow. Now it's up to 8.5. Or no. No, I think it was 7 or 7.5. Now it's 8.5. Eagles are getting a lot of pub. Terry Bradshaw said he told Sean Payton not to take the Broncos' job. Well, listen, the Broncos are the one that hired and fired Nathaniel Hackett in 1 year. You can't do that either. Ever since Elway left, it's been kind of a shit show. Do you think Dan Quinn should play more 4-3 and less nickel and dime too much? I wish we would let our linebackers and Van Der Esch do what he's comfortable doing, and he played at a very high level. Maybe do a little less of the safeties playing linebacker. That's just my opinion. I like Bland in the slot. Jordan Lewis made a couple huge errors in the game. If you really take a step back, and if you take a step back now and say, okay, and look at the situation, we all should have known that it should have been a closer. I still think we should have went off offensively on them, but defense, we were going to struggle a little bit. We had Donovan Wilson. Okay, we had Dono. First game, didn't even play in the preseason. He literally got hurt like day 1 or 2 at training camp. We had Jordan Lewis, who only played 10 snaps last game, had 2 missed coverages, one, and they had the 40-some yard plays on both of them. That wasn't Malik Hooker's responsibility. So there was a lot of issue there. I'm more of a Bland in the slot guy. Maybe bring Mukwamo in to play the boundary or the outside and use Jordan Lewis in dime packages where we go at more D-backs. That's kind of what I would do. Sunday morning is Jacksonville versus Atlanta Falcons in New England. Brad. Coyotes, I'm still bummed about Overshown. Yeah, Twiz, Zeke is trying out for a center with the Colin and the Chargers. Coyote, your D-line to get more pass push to fold the pocket to let linebackers work. Yeah, that's how it works, Linda, and people don't realize that. It starts with your D-line. Jay Smooth, hey, game time. Mike McCarthy needs to call better plays in the red zone. Yeah, absolutely he does. He absolutely needs to call better plays in the red zone. I mean, you can't run the ball on first down every friggin' down. You can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. You can't do that. But let me get to a couple more of these lines, finish up. The Eagles are an 8-point home favorite, 1 o'clock against the Commanders. Commanders always play good there, even though I think Sam Howell is starting to come back to earth a little bit. And then you got Carolina Panthers are home against the Vikings. That's another crap game. I expect the Panthers to win that one. You got Houston at home against the Steelers. I could care less. East side, sorry, bro. You got the Chargers at home against the Raiders. I think the Chargers get healthy. Our line is basically 7. We're playing New England at 425. Niners are playing Arizona. Let's see how bad they play this week after they played our Super Bowl last week, right? That'll be the narrative. We'll win the close one against New England, and the Niners will blow out Arizona. They'll go, see, thank God we played Niners the following week. I don't care. Let's just see where we're at. The Jets host the Chiefs. Oh, man, poor Jets. The Chiefs are going to roll. And the Giants are the Monday night game against Seattle. That's a good actual Monday night game. It's a 1.5 point line, 1 point line. It's anywhere from 0.1 to 1 to 1.5. And Giants are the favorite, so now it's a 0.5 point that the Giants are getting. So who knows, but definitely a close game. Let's see, Linda, let's see, Jay Smooth, Coyote. Our coaches seem to be afraid to play rookies. No Deuce, a little Mozzie. Yeah, Mozzie didn't play much. He wasn't, like I said, he's a 27th pick. That was more for the future. He will help us this year. He's more of a situational guy. Is what it is. Jay Smooth, McCarthy needs to call better play. Yeah, we touched on that. You're right. Deuce needs to get a series in each half. Why are we activating him if he's not going to play? You ran the ball way too much, so why couldn't you get him a series? You're going to burn out Tony Pollard by the end of the year. Then you'll be looking at Deuce, Vaughn, Lepke, and Rico Dowdle. So over it. How are you? I think Brad. I think the Falcons versus the Jags play Sunday morning. Yeah, that's the London game. Tyler, what's up, Tyler? How are you, man? OS Tyler. Nothing, man. Just hanging out. Thought I'd do a live stream from my mama's basement. Linda, Sam Howell holds the ball too long. Still kind of a rookie. Yeah, I like him though. He's got some grit. He will. it seems like he takes his lumps and he keeps going, which I like. He doesn't squirrel up. Do you like our defense? Do you think our defense will improve? Because I don't like what I've seen versus Arizona. O.S. Tyler, I just said that we'll learn a lot this week against New England. I believe we're going to learn a lot because Bill Belichick is going to make you fix your problems, or he's just going to do what Arizona did. They're going to try and pound Zeke. They're going to test our interior defensive line. Now, we made the adjustment, and we did really well in the second half for the most part. They don't have a running quarterback, which seems to be our Achilles heel. No pun intended, Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know that they have the outside threat that are so bad. I mean, Arizona had some speedy receivers, the smaller, fast-type guys. I understand that New England has some professional receivers, but I think we match up better against their receivers. We'll see. We shall see. Eagles defense will get Sam Howell. I expect it. Brad Harris, I feel LVE needs to go next year. What do you think, man? He played great last year. When he plays the right position, Brad, I think he's fine. He's not a long-term solution, but he needs to play, weak side linebacker like he did last year. Or, I mean, that's what he needs to do. Yeah, between him and Damone Clark, it is what it is. Patriots don't have much speed. We should be good, even if we make mistakes. They aren't breaking many big plays. Coyote, you know they're going to be sound, though. The whole thing is we need to get pressure up the middle on the New England quarterback. I mean, he did throw for how much? He threw for how many against the... Sorry, I'm not trying to bring it up, but he threw for a lot of yardage against the Eagles. Let me check that out. Week 1. Scores. Yeah, week 1 was, let's see. Eagles and Patriots. That was like 300 and some yards. Yeah, Lord Nova, it was over 300 yards. Overshown being out really hurts us too because I think he would have improved our defense. I think our defense is going to be fine. Mac Jones gets the ball out quick. He does. That's a good observation, but he going to have to get the ball out quick. That's why I said I think we match up a lot better. But we'll see. I think most teams are going to try and get the ball out quick against us Cowboys. We're not going to play like we did. It's funny. Like the first 2 games weren't who we were by all the pundits, but last game was. It is what it is, man. We need to shut them up. That's the thing. We need to shut people up. That's as far as it goes. Mac Jones' release time is about 2.29. Linda, yeah. So he gets the ball out quick. So just keep everything in front of you. Make the tackle. Don't give up any big plays. Offensively, you're going to have to score. Yeah, we threw a parade against the Eagles. We can't have that in home field. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. We can't have it. Won't have to worry about Mac if you can't stop the run. That's the thing. Look, we struggle against teams that have running quarterbacks, unfortunately. Let's see here. What do we got? Let's see. Jimmy Garoppolo still in protocol. Coach hopeful he plays. Jimmy G's always friggin' hurt. Is he not? Is he not always hurt? Jimmy G's always hurt. Okay. Patriots QB Jones deflects talk of hitting Sauce. What did Mac Jones say? Let's see. New England quarterback Mac Jones wasn't interested in revisiting New York Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner's claim that he delivered a low blow to him. Oh, okay. I remember. Jones told reporters Wednesday that he was only looking ahead to Sunday's game. Yeah, Mac Jones probably hit him in the stones because he was, Jimmy G hurt again. Brian, how do I donate to your channel? Right now, Brad, man, just stay patient, man. I should be monetized in the near future. We got time for that. I'm more concerned about building a relationship with you guys. It's funny, dude. I work my butt off at work, okay? I take my time out every half hour. Every day I take my lunchtime to chat and I talk, whatever you guys want to talk about, right? I live stream games on my other channel that I'm partnered with Primetime Phil. Look for me there, Brad. If you haven't seen me and Primetime together, I'll put a link in this chat and sub up to that one too, because me and Phil share that channel. We do all the Cowboy games. We're monetized over there. Has all the graphics. Phil's a master at that, and it's cool. But I will be live streaming tomorrow. I'm about 2 months away, possibly, from getting monetized. And even then, we're talking minimal. But as much as I've spent with all this equipment, anything can help. But I appreciate it, man. It's more about, there you go. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, it's more about being able to do what I love, which is the NFL and the Cowboys. But like guys like Twiz, he goes out of his way to always leave comments. I really appreciate it. And he's an Eagle fan. But as I was saying, I don't want to be just this rah-rah channel, I'm a Cowboy fan. But it seems like some of the Cowboy fans get upset because I give people credit. Well, listen, man, it's been 26 years since we've done anything. I'm going to be happy when we win a Super Bowl, but we can't be too chesty. We kind of have to give a little respect. Now, if people are rude, we'll deal with it. But, I got some people complaining that there's too many Eagles. I got some other people complaining that, I talk too much Cowboys. I got to do what I do and hopefully you guys like it. That's all I can really do. I know I'm loving it because I get to do something that I've always loved. I've been to a lot of Cowboy games. I've been to a lot of games in general. So, I know I met up with Mark. I met Mark, I want to say, a little over 2 years ago, and we hit it off. Mark's got a heart of gold. Mark messes around. Mark likes to pull your chain a little bit, but Mark will do anything for anybody. Mark will give you the shirt off his back. That's the type of person he is. So we hit it off. He kind of reminds me of my older brother who's passed away years ago. Big-time college football player. He was a big boy. Mark was a big-time college football player. You would never know by looking at him, but he was. He played alongside of Charles Haley. He didn't play at a big school. Neither did my brother, but my brother was the captain of the football team as a freshman as an offensive tackle, or he played both sides. So you could imagine. So it just, it was funny when I met him. It kind of like we just hit it off. Now, the first time I met him, we didn't hit it off because he was so busy with his tailgate. I had bought a shot rack from him that I have on the wall over there. But you guys, actually, yeah, you could see it up in the left-hand corner on the other side of my helmet display case. And we just talked a little bit, but then I signed up to his channel and got to know him, and we've been on multiple trips together. Been to Dallas with him. He's a good person. He gets a lot of flack, Listen, this is YouTube. This isn't ESPN. We're not going to have the makeup on. We're not going to have somebody, primping us. We don't have anybody in our ear telling us what to say. I'm just talking to you guys, and you guys and ladies are talking to me. That's what we're doing here. And we get to react. I don't want to watch ESPN anymore. I don't want to watch Fox. I'll watch it very briefly before the game. I get a kick out of Terry Bradshaw. I get a kick out of Jimmy Johnson. I get a kick out of certain people. I ain't going to lie. After a win, I'm curious to see what they say. After a loss, it's all nothing but, especially during the week. Like the Bart Scott, I can't deal with that. Like the Shady McCoy, I can't deal with that. So YouTube is it, man. I mean, I got YouTube TV. I got the NFL package. I got YouTube. I do watch some regular TV on YouTube TV, but this is football season. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate it. I just don't like the scripted. You got to be. Me and Mark were doing that actually. Me and Mark, we will probably pick it up again where it's like point counterpoint. We normally do that in the off season. Well, he'll take a side, I'll take a side. To me, that's fun to do on occasion, but to be every morning or every Monday after a game, say, okay, well, we know Stephen A is going to be anti-Cowboy, even though he likes the Cowboys, FYI. But that's just an insider thing. He actually does like the Cowboys, but it's more ratings to hate the Cowboys. You know how it works. So that's just the thing. I would, do I always agree with Mark? Hell no. Do I always agree with Phil? Primetime Phil. That's what makes me and Phil good. Phil is another guy. I went to Florida to visit him. Let me stay at his house. Never met me. Well, he met me when we went to the draft. So we did hang out a little bit. But at the time that I bought my plane ticket, me and my wife went down. He didn't know who the heck I was other than through streaming. But still, I see you guys, but I don't know. You know what I mean? It was like a big leap. But Phil's a great guy, man. So I look forward to what we got going on. I got to turn this light off. I got a headache. So I look forward to, what's happening down the road. I just like doing it, It actually, I'll be honest, I didn't know. I don't like being on a delay with Phil because, I don't know. It just seems like negative shit happens. Sorry, Phil. I need to be ahead of you, man, or we need to be on the same time. I can't sit there and have somebody go, oh, my God. I was like, what? And then I know a bad play's coming, and then, I still got to watch it. So, Linda Conyers. Maji wasn't a terrible pick. He was only good about 12% of this. He's only plays about 12% of the snaps. You got the numbers, Linda, so I'll take your word for it. I think he's going to be fine. He just needs to learn the pro game. That's just what it is. Marc's family, most of the Cowboys content creators credit Mark Holmes for getting their start on Cowboys YouTube channel. Yeah, Mark had brought up to me a few times. And I kind of poo-pooed it because I'm like, I'm a Cowboy fan. I know a lot. But every time we'd have a conversation, it's like, dude, you really know a lot. But people, it's one thing knowing a lot, and it's another thing coming across like you know a lot. I'm still getting that down. I know a lot about the Cowboys, but sometimes I can't I have to write stuff down, and that's from a different issue. I was in a really bad accident at work in 2009. Got a head injury that I still take medicine for. Just a little inside thing. So I have to write a lot of stuff down in order for me to remember stuff. And, it's funny because Mark has like dyslexia where he calls chume igato. I'm like, it's idoga, but I just stopped. I stopped correcting him now because I know what he means. Maz, you don't play that much, man. South Tex, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. He has to unlearn everything that he learned at the University of Michigan. I'm not saying that in a bad way. They ran a pro scheme, but they were asking him to do different things. Just like Luke Schoonmaker. The one thing Luke can do, which he needs to play more, is block. Why didn't we have Luke lined up next to Chuma Edoga last week? That's the problem I had with McCarthy. Instead of going with this short stuff all day when we had guys open in the middle of the field, send help to that side, okay, whether it's a chip. I would have sent a tight end to block whoever Edoga was blocking because he whiffed at least 3 times altogether, missed the defender. Thank God. And Dak got sacked on 2 of those. You can't have that. You cannot have that. So I don't understand why they did that. It wasn't as bad, but it brought back shades of Chaz Green against the Atlanta Falcons in that primetime game where the coach Clapp Jason Garrett just let him go. Yep, I know you got beat. Let him go. I know you got beat. Let him go. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Mozzie will be good. South Tech says Mozzie will be good. Exactly. He needs to develop. He was a 26th pick, not a top 10. That's what I was saying, South Tech. And everybody, I don't know what the Georgia defensive end did has been doing that the Eagles drafted. But he's a second round. That's a second round grade at that point. Now, each team has their own grades, but every draft, there's about 16 or 17, sometimes 15, maybe 18, first-round graded guys. Obviously, there's 32 teams. There's going to be 32 first-round draft picks, assuming nobody loses their pick. Then you're going to take a guy in the first round who's probably a second-round guy. We can easily sit here now and say I would have rather have had an offensive tackle in the second round over Schoonmaker, but we'll see. I'm not a scout. D'Angelo Cranston. Welcome to the show. The same excuses made for Mozzie were once made for Taco. It's totally different though. Totally different. Mozzie's already shown he could stop the run. Taco was supposed to be able to rush the passer. That never developed. Mozzie's already stopping the run. He just gets a little out of whack at times, and he doesn't offer much of a pass rush. So right now he's a situational guy. If we had more time, we could have had potential for a couple TDs. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think will be a lot different this week. I think I don't know about Tyron Smith. That whole Tyron Smith thing has been hidden pretty well. I don't buy it. Something's going on. I don't think he was that hurt. I think him hauled around, and they said, fine, we'll go with somebody else. They can win the game anyway. Not so much. O.S. Tyler says, what do you think of the Billy Price signing? I'm not really familiar with him. Me either. He's been a journeyman. He was drafted in the first round, basically been a first-round failure. He was drafted in 2018 by the Bengals, and the Bengals were ass on offensive line then. So if he couldn't make that team, but he's a depth piece. I like Brock Hoffman. I guess they're figuring, you need another guy for the practice squad, and that's what they signed him to. You have our starter who's dealing with a little hamstring issue, Tyler Biotish, and then you have Brock Hoffman, who's really raw. I thought Brock Hoffman did okay, but you need another guy for practice to take reps for the scout team. You know what I mean? That's what you need. So that's what it was. Taco was a bust. I admit that. Yeah. Hey, South Tex, just remember, we didn't take T.J. Watt because he didn't fit our scheme. That's the kind of stuff that upsets me. We don't take a guy because he don't fit our scheme. Logan Moore, yeah, yep, and Jalen Carter too. I like Jalen Carter, Logan. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's a stud. I still don't think you guys are as strong as you were last year on defense. As good as Jalen Carter is, you're not Hargrave and both Linval Joseph and Dominic and Sue and Fletcher Crocs. You're not that at D line. So I think he's got a bit like a bright future, but that doesn't correlate as you're better. Your defense is definitely not as good as last year. But, I expect if I expect the Cowboys to get better on both sides of the ball, especially offense, I sure as heck expect the Eagles to get better. It's all going to come down to who's healthy at the end of the year. That's what it's going to come down to. I've been saying it since the beginning. If the Eagles stay healthy, they're going to be tough to beat. If the Eagles suffer any injuries like the Cowboys, any more injuries, I know they got Bradbury back. I think they lost Avonte Maddox for the year. I'm not positive, but that could be an issue. We could definitely take advantage of that secondary, but they got good corners. I'm not going to say we are going to take advantage. I think we can, but I need to see more from our offense. We need to be a little more than the dink and dunk that I'm seeing now. We don't talk about that. I get mad every time I hear this the name Taco, knowing we could have gotten TJ Watt. O.S. Tyler, it ticks me off. And that was that coaching staff at that time. So I can't hold this coaching staff accountable, but I can hold Will McClay. I don't know that he was the guy back then. He was a scout. I don't think he was the guy. It was probably the coach saying it was Jason Garrett wanting Taco Charlton over TJ Watt because of the defense. And it may have been, what's his name? The old the Tampa Bay D coordinator that we had. I think that's who it was. Help me out with the name. Pioneer says, I wanted Carter just like you did. I was deflated when we picked a nose guard and another tight end. Yeah, I was very confused. But, they hadn't taken one since Russell, Maryland in the early 90s. That's why I was surprised. I still think Mozzie can help. But that just goes to show you, because who was the one guy that was totally on board with Mozzie Smith? Who was the one guy? That was Micah Parsons. He knew something, but it hasn't really translated yet. J.J. Watt and D. Law, but I doubt we would have gotten. I still like Mozzie. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to be long-term. He's going to be good there. He's unbelievably strong. He's the strongest guy on the team by far in the weight room. He can stop the run. He gets a little out of whack and turnt sometimes. That's more of a technique, not a strength thing. That could be corrected. So that's that. Rod Marinelli. I believe that was a Rod Marinelli pick, I think. Micah was sick when we picked Carter. Yeah, he knows. He knows. But, Twiz, he fell to you. In all reality, you should have traded up and got him. Now, you say, oh, that was a great move by Howie. Just like, remember when Philly 500 was mad that Dallas stuck and got lucky with CeeDee Lamb? That's kind of what happened with you guys with Carter. Now, I haven't seen much of the other pick out of Georgia, which I was telling you about. He plays, but he hasn't done much. And I told you guys that. He's undersized. He may have a future. He may not. But you traded up for Carter? I thought you got him at 10. Or did you trade up one spot? Maybe you traded up one spot. Or were you at 14? I don't know. I forget. I was there. It was a blur. Linda says you got to train Mozzie to get up about 45% snaps to be effective. It will translate then. Hand training and gap discipline. Yeah, it's all about using your hands. One spot, right? Okay. All right. So he did. That was the right move then. Good job, Howie. Shout out to the 31 people watching. Tell you one thing, it's getting freaking chilly. I let the dogs out. Chilly. Let's see here. Just a quick Jordan Davis as a rookie was nothing like Mozzie. He wasn't great. He was all right. He couldn't stay on the field, so I would say he was a little better. But he was hurt most of the year, D'Angelo. But, hey, Smith doesn't look too good to be home. He has one pressure, though. D'Angelo, who your team? It's got to be the Eagles. Let's see. I'm curious to see our cap space, because you got the let's see. Right now we're sitting at 8.1 mil. So smash them likes, Cowboy Nation. Thanks, Brad. I appreciate it, buddy. Just looking at teams. Teams. Cap space. There we go. 49ers have 41 million in cap space. How the heck do they have 41 million in cap space? Damn. Browns have 34. Bengals have 12. Cardinals have 11. Raiders have 10. Vikings have 9. Packers have 9. Panthers have 9. Titans have 9. Bears have 8. Jets have 8. Cowboys have 8. Lions have just under 8. Ravens have 7.8. Seattle 7.8. Jaguars 7.1. Colts have 6.3. Eagles have 5.7. And the bottom team is the Broncos. The Broncos have $32,000 available. The Falcons have 634. I would like to be the Broncos with only $32,000 available. They're gonna, and it's in the red. So I don't know if that means they're minus. I don't think they're allowed to be minus. Damn, Giants only have $4 million. That's crazy. 49ers have $41 million. The base salary cap is $224. Their active spending is $160. Basically, it's $224.8, and they're spending $166.8. So a little over 40, just under $42 million. Crazy, but I'm sure there's kick. Well, you got to realize they got Brock Purdy. That's $40 million right there. Yeah, if you think of it that way. 49ers have 40 with all their stars. Yeah, I know, Coyote. You know what that's called? That's called rookie contract for your quarterback. You know? I'm crapping on Mozzie knowing damn well he's a rookie. Yeah, listen, man. Yeah, Purdy makes about $15 an hour. LOL. Yeah, Mozzie's going to be fine. D'Angelo, he could disagree. Me and South Tex know the real deal. Mozzie going to be fine. Alina, do you see Jerry getting someone extended or restructuring a player? They need to get a Dak done, but Dallas, I never agree with it. You know, Mark likes to say that, Stephen Jones, the Cat Boy, has done a great job. He's done his job, but there's still 2 guys remaining. We still got to redo Dak's deal, or he's going to count. You know how much Dak's going to count next year? He's going to count over $60 million, I think. Let me see. Let's see. 224 right now. Dak Prescott, his cap number is $59,455,000. Okay? You need to restructure that. DeMarcus Lawrence is 20. Zach Martin is 28.5, which is fine. And Tyron is 6. So he'll be on the team next year, making next to nothing. No, I don't know that he has a deal for next year. So that's basically dead money. We would have to sign him again, I think. Everybody else, you got Michael Gallup making 13.8. Brandon Cooks making 10. So I think we have him for next year. Trayvon, 16.2. CD's making 18 mil. So we need to restructure CD. That's the thing. We need to restructure CD and Dak. Or sign CD and sign Dak. That's what we need to do. You could pull some triggers on some of these other guys, but that's about it. We have a lot of free agents next year, though. That's the thing. We do have a lot of free agents. Not so much the guys we signed already, obviously, but like J-Ron Curse, and we got to decide what we're doing. Logan, thanks for stopping in, buddy. I'm going to stop this shortly. How long have I been going on here? Let's see here. 74. We'll go until an hour and a half. We'll do another 15 minutes. Do a 90-minute stream here. Just get to the chat. Pioneer says, if we don't get it together, fans will demand a new coach. I'm going to demand a new coach. I don't think it's going to. I think we're going to be fine. Restructure Dak, and the cap will go back up. Yeah, absolutely, Thomas. I agree. Restructure Dak, and then, definitely restructure Dak. And is everything all right?
I just spoke to AJ up because he was sleeping. My thing to tell me I had to go. He was supposed to leave for work. He's still sleeping.
Who, AJ?
Yeah, I have to move Trevor's car behind me at school.
I didn't know he worked today.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Little family. He's like, you just got to hear the fam. And my son had to go to work. I didn't know. So he's probably up all night playing video games. Hell yeah, for real, a Coyote. What did Coyote say? At 2:15. What's that mean? Help me out. But yeah, let a go of Tyron, LVE, and maybe Curse and Armstrong. I like Armstrong, South Tex, as a he maybe bring him back on a cheaper deal. I like Armstrong, and if bring Tyron back on like a $5 million deal, and he throws some incentives but we gotta have somebody ready to go. The problem is, Let's Go got hurt again. Hey, Game Time, I'm listening but haven't been able to chat. Really busy, but snuck away to let you know I'm here and supporting you. Thank you so much, JoJo. You're a sweetheart. Twiz, with your line, you are built to, yeah. Eagles have a good. That was the one thing about the Eagles game that I noticed is their offensive line was creating huge holes. So that's the one thing. So, Coyote. Fullback dive at the goal line is your streamline. I don't know why we can't do that when all of our O-line is in there. I don't know why that we didn't, we can't do that at the goal line. Instead, we hand it off to our tight end. I just don't understand some of the things. I'm not being overly critical. I just don't understand. Tyron can't play, man. South Tech says Tyron can't play. It's holding back the O-line. We need to rip off the bandage. I agree, especially how his contract is structured. We're paying him $1 million a game. That's why I thought he looked so upset. He basically lost $1 million. But I don't know if he was active or not in the NFL, but if he's not active, why? I don't know. I still haven't had a chance to look at that, but be careful. What time you work till? Mom's got it. She's moving it. Well, he needs to find it. Oh, I think it's over there on the counter. Be careful. All right, man. We'll talk to you. We constantly have to shuffle the line because he's hurt. Yeah, I know, South Tex. I'm over Tyron. Me and Mark been talking about that over and over, which is why this draft coming up, everybody wants to trade that first-round pick away. If it's for an offensive tackle, fine, but I think we need to draft an offensive tackle in the first round. I thought that Tyler Smith was going to be our tackle. I really did. So I'm shocked that he wasn't. I thought Tyler Smith was going to be our tackle. And yet, when Tyron's out, we're reluctant to move him over to get Dak's blind side. We went with Chuma Edoga and left him out there. When Chuma already demonstrated he could play left guard at a decent, the first two games. He played the first two games at left guard. In a small space, Chuma is fine. That's the thing. So I'm just very, very annoyed here. That we did that, but that's got to be Mike Solari. Yeah, we bring in these coaches that have their own philosophy, and then we're stuck. Just frustrating. First pick, South Tech says first pick O-line, second pick O-line, third pick O-line. Yeah, right. We need. Listen, man. I think we need to get a linebacker too. I know we have Overshown, but if we end up moving, we signed Leighton, so he's just got to. Leighton's just got to play his position. Leighton's fine. We got Damone Clark, who needs to step up. I expected more out of Damone. And if we have Overshown, so, and if we have Jaron Curse, then that's like having a linebacker. But we just need to pick good players. But I agree. We definitely need O-line. If I were a coach, my own line and D-line would build first. That's how good coaches do it. That's how the Eagles are built. The Eagles are going to go south as their O-line and defensive lines go south. If you suffer injuries on the O-line or defensive line, that's going to be an issue. You could cover up your secondary, or not having a great third wide receiver by having a great O-line and running the ball for 180, 200 yards a game. That's the thing, That's the difference. So, where we at here? We are sitting at 80 minutes. I'll go another 10 minutes. We'll do a 90-minute stream. I appreciate it. Don't forget, tomorrow I'm back to work. I'll do my lunchtime chat tomorrow, and then I'm streaming the game tomorrow night. I already got the thumbnail up there, so I'll stream it. We'll have Mark on and maybe somebody else. We shall see. South Tex watching the All-22 film. Chuma is getting beat bad, and Dak had no time to see the whole field. Exactly. Open because they were like a lot of missed opportunities for big plays. Yeah, and why wouldn't South Tex, why didn't we help him? That's my thing. If you watch the All-22, he had to have gotten some help. I didn't see the All-22, but from a naked eye, it didn't seem like we were helping the left side too much. And you know that Dak's internal clock was going quick. So, now, the only thing I would say is when Dak struggles is when he doesn't see the linebacker. And I don't care what he says. He didn't see the linebacker on that last throw. And he was behind. He didn't have one of his better games. He was behind a lot of receivers. He didn't, so he needs to get his act together. We can't have that. There were no help, Brian. Yeah, he was on an island. And was I right that he whiffed at least 2 or 3 times and totally missed the defender? That's pretty friggin' ridiculous, if you ask me. So, let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got. ESPN. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. This story is just too ridiculous. I have to. Wow, Peter Skoronski. I like Skoronski coming out of the draft. Suffered a ruptured appendix. Oof, that one's rough. Raiders are ridiculous. Defensive end Chandler Jones wrote in social media post Monday that he was taken to the hospital against his will. Remember when he came out and questioned the coach? They literally went and did a well check and took him to the hospital against his will. Is that even legal? I would sue their ass. That's crazy. I would have sued their ass. He wrote on his post X Monday night, the first day out, but I'm still aligned, indicating that Monday was his first day out of the facility. He attached journal entries plus a statement of patient rights. He didn't do anything wrong. That's the thing. Why? Because he came out and he criticized the coach. That's horrible, man. That's crazy. South Tex, I counted Chuma got beat probably 8 times because of Dak being able to move around, avoided a sack. Yeah. I would think this. Linda says, I think Dak played a little nervous because O-line shuffled, messed with confidence. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Linda. Absolutely. That's absolutely ridiculous that there was no help. I'm stunned. We're going to do this again. And you know what I'm tired of? I heard, Jerry, I have total confidence that we need to be better on both sides of the ball. Our defense, our mainstay, can't do that. You got to come out as the GM or the mouthpiece of the team. You got to lay into everybody. You can lose a game. Nobody's saying you can't lose. You can't get embarrassed by a team because you're emotionally not ready to play the game. That's the problem. He wasn't emotionally ready to play the game. You can't do that. You can't do that. You cannot be emotionally not ready to play the game. Ferguson, Pioneer, I'm very disappointed with it. You know, he has a big opportunity to cash in and be the man for the Dallas Cowboys. And he's done better than Hendershot. Hendershot is dropping everything. He's dropping everything. So, I'd cut his ass if he keeps dropping it. Sorry, Peyton. Step up or step out, bro. Dak was rushed. He had to get the ball out quick and missed open receivers. Oh, I know. I definitely know that. Coyote says, feel like something was up last game. You think we sat guys because we thought we would win or take the loss now and get healthy. I don't think they thought they were going to lose, but I did think that they thought they could rest everybody and move on. South Tex, I'm not worried about the ceiling because it was a good scheme, plus Mike had to throw out most of the game plan because of Tyron being out. I agree, but we need to do a better job. I just think they underestimated and got caught up on what we did over the first 2 weeks. They underestimated Arizona, and by the time they realized it at halftime, it was too late. I think it was too late. So, but that's what I think. What up, Nike 3? How are you, man? Just sitting there chilling, getting ready to end the stream in a few minutes. I told everybody I'd go 90 minutes, so we'll go another 5 minutes, and then I got to get out of here. I got to go do some things. I got to cook, too. I got to cook some dinner. I'm going to make homemade fajitas, but I got to get the stuff. I got to get the shrimp and everything taken care of. That John Stevens injury is huge now. I love Thomas. Come on, man. John Stevens. He was like, he reminded me of like a Darren Waller type, man. I don't know what kind of blocker he's going to make. 90-minute man. Cop Pizzle's jealous. Whistle. There you go. Here you go, Pizzle. 90 minutes. There you go. Baby doll. Whistle. Damn, missed the stream because of work. Hope you had to go. That's all right, man. Just rewatch it. We didn't really talk. We just talked Cowboys and some NFL stuff. I'm working on my home system here. So I'm tweaking it. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow night, Nike, during the Thursday game. Mark will probably be joining me. Maybe somebody else. We'll see. Space Cowboy said he might hop on. So, but he works nights, so I don't know if he is or not. Maybe another Thursday. We'll figure it out. But yeah, just chilling on a boring Wednesday before another. I can't believe we're almost a month into the NFL season. So that is crazy. Honestly, that's super crazy. But yeah, I talked about Kaepernick. He wrote a letter. He shared his letter that he wrote to the Jets, which he was awesome. You know, I'd like to see the guy get a shot. I just don't think anybody will ever take a shot. I don't think that anybody was ever going to give Kaepernick a shot again. Game Time has my record for the Giants 6-11. Yeah, you may be right, man. Who wins tomorrow night, Brian? I think Lions will. Yeah, I definitely think Lions win tomorrow night, Brad. Yeah, just make sure you check me out tomorrow night. We'll be live streaming. So, because if not, I probably won't be able to hang in for the whole game, man. I need you guys to keep me awake. But all right, listen, man, that's it for me. Let me get a Coyotes a comment. Giants won't make playoffs. They were lucky last year finishing. Yeah, I was wrong. It's early yet, but they don't look good on defense. I thought their defense would be a lot better. So, but anyway, I got to go. Make sure you check out my lunchtime chat tomorrow from the mail truck. And then tomorrow night when I live stream the Detroit Lion versus Green Bay game. I will see everybody later. Twiz, go feed the animals. Peace out, everybody.